Content boosting on Instagram refers to putting money behind your posts to make sure that more people see them. It's like giving your content a little push so that it reaches beyond just your usual followers. It involves placing money to promote specific posts such as Instagram images, videos, reels, carousels, to be able to extend their reach to a wider audience beyond just your organic followers. Why would you boost your content? You boost your posts or reels or carousels to get them seen by more people. The main objective of content boosting on your Instagram page is to amplify your reach and interaction of your posts beyond your existing follower base. By investing in paid promotion or ads, you can ensure that your content is reaching a broader audience who may not have already encountered it organically within Instagram's feed or explore page. It's a way to make sure your content doesn't get lost in the crowd and reaches people who might be interested but just haven't found you yet. So, what do you boost? Basically, any type of content on Instagram can be boosted. That includes engaging posts, captivating reels, informative carousels, and immersive stories. The key is to select content that resonates with your target audience and aligns with your marketing objectives, whether that's driving website traffic, increasing brand awareness, gaining followers, or promoting specific products or services. You want to boost content that's going to help you achieve these goals. Here are some of the benefits and advantages to boosting your posts and content on Instagram. One of them is building brand awareness. By reaching new and untapped audiences via boosted posts, you're able to get more eyes on your Instagram content. This results in an increase in brand visibility and awareness, which should be a key goal for many social media marketers. It also helps you improve your post engagement metrics. Provided that your content is engaging and appealing, you can expect an increase in post likes, comments, shares, follows, and profile visits when more users are exposed to your content through boosting. It also will help drive customers and visitors to your website. With the CTA or call to action button being a key part of any boosted post, this can help you through promoting push people to your website. If your call to action is directing people to a specific product that you have for sale or to your site, it's going to get more visitors going to what you have for sale, which is exactly what we're trying to do in the digital marketing world. Also, it helps with post analytics. When you boosted a post, you're actually able to see the data that's different from your standard organic posts. If you go to your profile and tap on ad tools, you can see your boosted post reach, your engagement, and the number of clicks it drove to your site. Are ads worth it? While I can't speak for you and your business personally, many people do find that boosting on Instagram is definitely worthwhile to invest in and see an increase in their followers and sales by promoting themselves and their products. You can alternate between reels, posts, and carousels to provide variety, and it's really believed that Instagram genuinely puts this content directly in front of appropriate audiences. I want you to think about the ads that you've seen on your own Instagram page. Don't they usually match your interests or at least topics that you've been browsing? Instagram does a really good job with this. So, although it's another cost for getting your message out there, it's up to you to decide whether it's worth it or not. Content boosting on Instagram should always complement your organic content strategy rather than replace it. While ads and boosting can help accelerate the visibility of your content, it's essential to continue investing in organic content creation, community engagement, and relationship building to maintain a sustainable and authentic presence on Instagram. You want to balance paid promotion with organic efforts in order to ensure a really round approach to your Instagram marketing that will help drive long term success. If you're not comfortable investing in boosting yet, or you don't feel like your content is ad worthy, keep a couple things in mind. Investing in marketing through ads can be a write off come tax season, which is really helpful when it comes to offsetting your revenue. Another option outside of just running ads on a post that does well is remixing it. So recreate it in a slightly different way. If an ad performs well or a post performs well once, it usually will do well again if it's slightly changed in a new variety. Also, keep an eye on content that does well and piece together why. What hashtags, keywords, call to actions, and images were used. This will help you create successful content in the future that you can hopefully boost and create even more revenue. All in all, anytime you get the chance to boost a post, you should go ahead and just try it out. You can start small. Boosting content can help you gain traction, get followers, and increase your reach, and ultimately increase your sales. How do you know when you're ready to boost content? Well, let's talk about some of the things you should have done first before you start boosting your content. You don't have to have already made a sale, but I recommend having made a sale first because you want to make sure that your content is pushing out your products organically. Because if it's not selling organically, it's not necessarily going to just magically start selling your products through a boosted post. So you want to know that you are organically able to sell your products. Then I recommend getting your page ready. You should have at least 20 reels so that people have something to scroll through if they go back to your page. You want to have a minimum of 200 followers, but I recommend having really consistent follower growth. If you've kind of stalled out at around 200-ish followers, that's not necessarily the best time to boost because what can happen is Instagram can say, "Hey, this person's willing to pour a lot of money into gaining more followers. We're not going to push their content as much organically if they're going to be pouring all this money into their boosted posts." So, what you want to do is you want to boost when your account is in a really good trajectory. So, when you're gaining consistent followers, you're gaining consistent views, that's when you want to be boosting your posts. You also want to be making sure that you're really pushing stories out every day because stories are a great way to sell organically and they're going to benefit your boosts. You want to set up your 5 highlight sections. This should be a section that's a Q&A. You should have testimonials. You should talk about your products. You should have an about me. Those should be set up already for people to come to your page and learn more. And you want to make sure you have something to brag about. Now, this doesn't have to be, $1 million and gain 10,000 followers in a day from a complete beginner. But just remember that you only have to be 10% ahead of someone for them to learn from you. Someone is just at the beginning of their journey and they want to learn from someone who was there as well. So think about things like account growth and real views and sales that you've made, even if it's something small. Have you ever had a post go viral? Have you had your engagement increase quickly by a certain percentage? These are all things that you want to talk about in your boosted content. The absolute basics for boosting a post. First, you need to decide which existing post you'd like to boost. It might be one that's already seeing high organic engagement rate or a post that's performing well from a sales perspective, and boosting it would have a domino effect on your revenue. You want to head to your Instagram profile, choose the post, reel, or carousel that you'd like to promote, hit the boost button beneath it, and that's how you get started. When it comes to boosting content on Instagram, identifying your target audience is so important for maximizing the effectiveness of your paid promotions. Instagram has tools to help you target the right people based on things like age, interests, and where they like to hang out online. So you can be sure that your boosted content gets in front of the right eyes. You can precisely define your target audience to ensure that your boosted content reaches the right people who are most likely to engage with your brand. I highly advise using a custom audience. If you want to target people based on your own insights, you want to go and check in your profile. Then you want to create your own when it comes to boosting content. You want to build an audience that reflects your target customer. Make sure you utilize Instagram Insights to gain valuable knowledge about your existing audience demographics, such as their interests and behavior. You want to analyze metrics such as follower demographics, post reach, engagement rate, and top performing content to identify patterns and trends among your current audience. If you are in digital marketing and your focus is women or men, make sure that you choose very specifically. So you might want women only content, or you might want it to reach only men. You also want to think about the country you want to target. Think about hours of the day that you don't mind answering direct messages. Also, think about language. What languages can you speak, and who do you want to advertise to? Then choose your age range and add your niche and interests. You also want to turn targeting expansion on. Then you want to think about doing some competitor analysis as well. When you conduct a competitive analysis, this helps you understand how your competitors are targeting their audiences on Instagram. Identify who they're targeting, what type of content are they posting, and what kind of ads. How are they engaging with their audience? Use this information to refine your own targeting and content strategy. Also, think about doing audience segmentations. Consider segmenting your target audience into smaller, more specific segments based on characteristics and preferences. Then you can tailor which boosted posts you do to which kind of audience. This allows you to tailor your content to messaging and increase the relevance and effectiveness of your Instagram ads. Also, you want to make sure you're testing these target audience groups. You want to optimize your targeting parameters based on performance of your Instagram ads. You can experience with different audience segments, ad formats, and messaging to see what resonates with your target audience. You're going to be asked to choose the goal for your campaign. You have three options to select from. The best choice for your ad depends on your desired outcome when it comes to boosting your post. You have the choice of more profile visits. This is best for building brand awareness, gaining followers, and increasing your Instagram engagement. You have the option of more website visits, which is best for driving targeted website traffic to your products. And this is for traffic that you want to convert into sales and leads. Lastly, you have more messages. This is best for building relationships with new and existing followers by encouraging them to interact via direct message. I always encourage people to look into the more messages option. The more people in your DMs means more opportunity to sell your products. It also means that your content is going to be shown on their feed more frequently. Being in people's DMs is extremely, extremely helpful when it comes to growing your account and selling your products. So it's kind of like a 2 for 1. You want to use the action of call to action of learn more on your ad, and this will get people to want to learn more, want to message you, and to get into your DMs and you into theirs. There are some ad guidelines to keep in mind. A lot of the time, your reels or posts might not meet the guidelines for an Instagram ad and won't be able to be boosted. Some of the problems that people run into and are common among marketers are trending audio and song choice issues. Instagram will only allow you to use certain music. You cannot use copyrighted music. It has to be an original audio. So keep in mind that you need to think about this when you're adding audio to a post that you might want to boost. 60% of Instagram users keep the sound off when they're scrolling. So, when you're thinking about creating content that you want to boost, it's really important that you add sound based off of if it's usable for boosting versus worrying about having the exact perfect audio for your specific reel. With the text, Instagram doesn't allow you to have 20% of text covering the image. This limits a lot of posts that have large or a lot of text. Try to keep your screen text to a minimum and put the rest of the text in the caption. You also want to think about image size. Instagram requires a minimum resolution of 1080 by 1080 pixels and a 1:1 ratio. And filters. No filters or GIFs can be used in your content if you plan on pushing it out this way. No effects and no mention of make money online or some of these more catchphrasy ways of trying to show people that they can make money through you. This can be flagged as spam, and the last thing you want to do is get a boosted post flagged as spam. Okay, is what will happen if you try to boost a post that has copyrighted music. So this has a Taylor Swift audio. You can't use those for boosted content because they're copyrighted. So if you go to the three little dots on the right hand side and then hit boost reel, it's going to say choose new audio to boost this reel. Reels can't be boosted with licensed music. You can choose different audio to use when it plays and as an ad. Your original reel won't be changed. So what I would recommend is to choose new music, and then you can go in and choose audio that is actually able to be used for a boosted post. Thinking about your budget is an essential aspect of boosting content on Instagram effectively. You want to think about setting your budget. Determine how much you're willing to spend on boosting content on Instagram. Your budget should align with your marketing goals, your target audience, and the potential return of investment or ROI of your campaign. You want to consider factors such as overall marketing budget, the cost of reaching your target audience on Instagram, and the objectives you want to achieve with your boosted content. You set your budget in the app and decide how much you're willing to pay for the reach of your goals. Maybe you pay every time someone clicks on your post or every time it's shown to someone. It's up to you. This is cost per click or cost per impression, CPM. Depending on your campaign goals and your budget allocation, you'll choose between the two. You can use the sliders in the boosting section to adjust the daily budget and campaign length. You'll see the estimated reach change when you do this. This gives you a good indicator as to how many people your boosted post will reach once it's live. Don't go crazy when you're getting started because you don't know how well your ad is going to perform. If it does better than expected, then boost it again. You could start with just $5 to $15 a day and run it until you decide to pause. Let's talk about ad optimization outside of budget. You want to know what your ad objective is. Define clear objectives for your Instagram boosting and ad campaign. Common objectives include increasing brand awareness, driving website traffic, generating leads, gaining followers, or driving sales. Choose the ad objective that best aligns with your overall marketing goals and desired outcomes for your boosted content. Then you want to think about ad targeting. Utilizing Instagram's targeting options, you can reach your desired audience effectively this way. Target your ads based on demographics such as age, gender, location, interests, behaviors, and more. Experiment with different targeting parameters to refine your audience and your reach and figure out the most relevant features and parameters for you. You also want to think about the creative side of your ads. Create compelling and visually appealing ad content, and this is going to help you capture people's attention and encourage engagement on your boosted posts. Make sure you're using high quality images and videos, clear messaging, great hooks, and eye catching visuals, along with call to actions that get people to engage. This is going to make your ads stand out in users' feeds. Also, you want to tailor your ad creative to resonate with your target audience and align with your campaign's objectives. Make sure to test different creative elements to see what performs best with your audience. Make sure to choose ad placement options that best suit your campaign objectives and audience preferences. Instagram offers a wide variety of placement options, including feed ads, story ads, explore ads, and more. Consider where your target audience is most likely to engage with your content and select the appropriate placement options to maximize your reach and impact. You can also think about scheduling your ads. You want to determine the timing and duration of your Instagram ad campaign. Consider factors such as target audience's online behavior, peak engagement times, and campaign duration goals. Schedule your ads to run during times when your target audience is most active on Instagram to maximize visibility and engagement. You want to keep it running until you decide to pause it, because if an ad is going well, you might want to keep it going for a while. But if it's not, you want to be able to control how you alter the boost in order to make it work well for you going forward. Along with this, you want to monitor your performance of the ads closely. Make adjustments as needed to optimize their performance. Track key metrics such as impressions, clicks, engagement, and conversions to gauge the effectiveness of your ads. Use different testing ways to measure how the ad creative, targeting options, and messaging are resonating with your audience. This is going to help drive desired outcomes. Let's talk about content optimization. Think about continuously refining and optimizing your ad creative to ensure that it resonates with your target audience. Make sure to test different visuals, messaging, and formats to identify what performs best. Your call to action is important. Make sure to include clear and compelling calls to action in your ad creative to encourage people to take action, whether that's visiting your website, making a purchase, or signing up for your newsletter. Ad copy. Make sure to write attention grabbing ad copy that complements your visuals and reinforces your message. Keep it concise, relevant, and engaging in order to capture people's attention. And visuals. Make sure you're using high quality images and videos in your reels that are visually appealing and aligned with your brand's identity. Experiment with different kinds of creative elements such as colors, fonts, and layouts to see what works best with your target audience. Audience optimization. Targeting refinement. Make sure you're continuously refining your audience targeting based on performance data and audience insights. Test different audience segments, demographics, interests, and behaviors to identify the most responsive audience for your content. Consider using lookalike audiences to reach new users who are similar to your existing customer or followers but not quite the same. Lookalike audiences can help you expand your reach and attract users who are more likely to be interested in what you have to offer. Also, you can use exclusion targeting to exclude audiences that are unlikely to engage with your content. By selecting only females or only males, you're excluding people who you think are not as likely to interact with your content. Exclude audiences who have already interacted in the past as well. This helps avoid wasted ad spend on people who have already interacted with your content. Optimize your ads. Monitor the performance of your ad placement and adjust them based on their effectiveness. Make sure you test different placement options such as feed ads, story ads, and explore ads to identify which placement drives the best results. You also want to optimize your ad scheduling based on your target audience's online behavior and patterns. You want to make sure that you're scheduling your ads to run during peak times, and you want to make sure that you're scheduling the location of your ads to be places where people speak languages that you're able to speak. So if you speak English, make sure your ads are going to places like England, the United States, and Australia. Those kind of things are things to keep in mind. You also want to think about when people are going to be most active and when you're going to be able to answer their DMs when they're messaging you. You want to allocate your ad budget strategically based on performance of your campaigns. Invest more budget to the top performing ads and audience segments while pausing and adjusting underperforming campaigns. Make sure that you're utilizing Instagram's insights to track the performance of your boosted content and analyze key metrics such as impressions, reach, engagement, clicks, and conversions. Instagram Insights provide valuable data to help you understand how your content is performing and identify areas for improvement. You can also use ad reporting tools provided by Instagram to access more in-depth performance data and insights. These tools will allow you to analyze ad performance across multiple campaigns, ad sets, and ad creative variations. This is really when you start deep diving into running large meta ads, but also you can use this for your boosted posts as well. You also want to implement conversion tracking to measure the impact of your Instagram ads on your business goals, such as website visits, purchases, signups, and downloads. Track conversions to understand the ROI of your ad campaigns and optimize your budget and targeting accordingly. We've talked all about boosting and ads and ad placement, so now we're going to do a final walkthrough. We'll start at the beginning and go all the way through what you would do to boost your posts. Start by thinking about, is your page ready? Are you ready to place ads? Let's look at your page and see. Do you have at least 20 reels that you can scroll back through and they're good, solid content that you want people to see if they come to your page from an ad? Do you have at least 200 followers? Are you regularly posting stories? Are your highlight sections filled with an about me, testimonials, product information? All of that needs to be in your highlights so when people come to your page, they can find out more information without just clicking away right away. Also, do you have a post that's ready to be boosted? When you look at your posts and see what you want to boost, think about the directive. Like, what are you trying to get out of boosting the post? Examples of something you can talk about is you can talk about your account growth. If you want to gain followers, talk about how quickly you're gaining followers. You can talk about views. If you want people to follow you or buy a tutorial on how to gain views, talk about your views. Talk about your sales if you're trying to sell. Talk about going viral if that's ever happened for you. These are the kind of things you want to talk about in boosted posts that are going to attract people. You want to talk about results. Next, look at your hook. Make sure that your hook doesn't have too much text and doesn't cover more than 20% of the screen. Make sure that it's good. Make sure that it reaches out to people. Hooks like imagine if you could, or hooks where it makes people think about desired results. Also, make sure that there's a call to action. A really great call to action is to ask people to click on your link, to ask people to go to your page. You want people to want to learn more. So, learn more is a great call to action. Also, make sure that your ad is compliant. Does it use original audio? Because there's no copyrighted music allowed. It's not allowed to be so short that it loops. So, you don't want to have a video that's just 1 to 2 seconds long. It really needs to be a reel that's not just a quick looping reel. You want to use no effects, so no filters, and it shouldn't be just make money online. It should be about actual results that you've had, and you want to make sure that you're speaking truthfully. If you are boosting posts that have any sort of misleading information, that can be really negative toward the growth of your page. Then you're going to go click on the post that you want to boost. You're going to hit boost post, and then you're going to choose your goal. Remember, I recommended choosing more messages because this gets people into your DMs. The benefit of this is that you can have conversation with them, you can sell in your DMs, and it also means that your content is going to start popping up on their page. So just in their regular everyday feed, you're going to pop up more quickly when you've been inside people's DMs. Then you want to define your target audience. Think about things like the country that you want to focus on, what people would be interested in who are interested in your content. You want to think about ages and gender. And you want to think about turning the targeting expansion on. Then you're going to hit next and you're going to select your budget. You can start with just $5 a day. It doesn't have to be a lot, but don't go so high that you end up burning out before you can actually see results. You can always increase your budget as time goes on, and make sure you run into a pause, and that gives you control of when to end the ad. Then you want to review your ad. Instagram will review it. You can review it. This usually takes a little bit of time. Don't worry about it. If it takes up to 2 days before it's running, that's okay. And you want to take some time after it starts running to analyze the insights and make any adjustments that you need to make, because You're always going to be learning from these boosts what works, what doesn't work, what actually gets people to click, what doesn't. So it's all a learning process, and you've got this.